I just got back into town. I have one day off. Of course, it's going to rain. You can hear the wind. We'll look over the valley here and you can see it's about to rain. So I figured what the heck, I'm going to work and make a video. Everybody agree that it's going to rain? I looked at the forecast. They even said it was going to rain. The weatherman's always right, right? The only question is, what vehicle should we take? We've only got two options here. The first is the Dodge here. Good looking vehicle. We'll go see the other vehicle, see if we should take that one. Alright, we're going to check out our second option here. We have the fan boat. Check the garage here. I rolled that fan boat the other day, that sucked. There we go, option two. That is your standard issue Geo Metro. This choice is pretty obvious. Go to work. I just rolled it in my go-kart. Of course I got the day off, so of course it's pouring out. So we're gonna do a lab here. So what we're doing is we're gonna program the robot to put a weave pattern in the weld. Just a real quick overview of what's going on here. Well, first of all, we're gonna use a FANUC 100i robot. That's what we got. We're gonna do it on a T-joint, and it's gonna be in the 1F position. So the T-joint will be tilted a little bit so the actual weld is completely flat. The three things that we're going to do, we're going to insert the weave. It's not a real difficult thing to do, but if you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to do it. So we're going to insert the weave. We're going to change the distance of the weave, which is in millimeters. What that means is how far it's going out. We're going to change it from small to a little bit bigger. And then the last thing we're going to do is change the dwell. What the dwell means is there's a right and left dwell. So when you go right or left, it holds a certain time, and we're going to change that. So we'll do one side with one time and another side with the other time. Hopefully it's obvious, and I'll do a dry run and you'll see it hold longer, then come over here, hold longer, then come over here, and hold longer. So we'll get out of the lab and we'll program this robot to do a weave. Step one here of doing this weave pattern for this robot is we're going to make a fixture here. We actually already did make a fixture where we're going to program this robot first to tack the T-joint that's down here. Already got plates in it. So we're going to tack the T-joint in here, and then we're going to do a 1F fillet weld. So we're going to do another little fixture in the middle here after we get the tack program written to tilt it so that it actually meets the 1F requirements. You can see all them plates behind the fixture. That's to ensure that we have the same exact parts every single time, because with robots you're talking high repeatability, so the parts got to be all the same. So what we'll do now is program this robot to tack the T-joint right there in that fixture. Where we're at here is we just wrote the program to do the tack. It's going to tack each end. We stuck through it, then we ran a bunch of dry runs at lower percentages, then we ran it at 100%. Now we're going to actually do the weld. So I don't know, put your safety glasses on, tint your shield, and let's go. now we got this thing tacked. We're going to take that out, and we're going to make the fixture to do the 1F. So it's going to be completely the right angle, so that it's a straight vertical weld going down as far as the position of the torque. It's going to be going straight down. So we'll get this thing fixtured up, and then we'll run that program. This is our 1F fillet weld weave fixture that we just built. Normally we don't like to, tack stuff to the robot table just because it can make it a little less true than it needs to be, but we're in a hurry, so we did it anyways. So basically it's just tilted 45 degrees. So put it in, line up that plate and go. So now we'll program the actual program to weld it, and we're going to do it first without a weave. We just wrote the program, stepped through it, then we did the same thing that we did with the tack program, running a lower percentage till we got to 100%. She looks good. So what we're going to do now is run it with no weave, and then we're going to show you how to add the weave. This is what it looks like without a weave. Actually, let me pull this out of the fixture. It kind of looks weird like this. Let me pull it out of the fixture and take a look at it that way. Okay, we pulled it out of the fixture here, and you can see it looks ropey. We got a 75-25 shielding gas. If we were going spray transfer, it might have done a better job. So what we want to do is we want to add a weave to this to make it look better. And we're going to show you how to do that on the teach pennant here. So we'll show you how to do that. This is our program here. It's just a 7-point program. Now, if you want to insert a weave, the arrow keys are down here, so I can't get it all on the same screen, so I'm just going to arrow down. It's just an arrow. You want to go past your arc start. So your arc start's right there. You want to go past that. You go to next over here. Go to F5, insert, hit enter. It's going to ask you how many lines you want to insert. So you put 1, enter, then you go over here to F1, enter it. First page, you want to go all the way down to next page, hit enter. Go down 1 to weave, hit enter. It's going to ask you what kind of weave you want. We're just going to do a regular sine wave. So we're going to go right there on 1 and hit enter. And now it's lit up over here and it wants to know what weave schedule you want. So we're just going to go with the first one. So that's weave schedule 1. Enter. Whoops. Hit the arrow button. So we're going back here. 1. Enter. So there's that 1. Now you want to go past your arc end. Go back over to F5. Insert another line. So we're inserting. how many it's asking. Again, just one. We're going to hit enter there. We're going to go back to F1, go down to the next page again, or you can just hit 8, whatever you want to do. Go to weave, enter, very bottom, it says weave end, hit enter. That's going to turn your weave off, and again you got to identify the schedule, so we're going to hit 1, and then we're going to go enter. The biggest thing to remember is you go past the arc start and past the arc end. If you go in front of it, it isn't going to do anything. So now we'll scroll back up here to the beginning, and then we'll do a dry run with no arc, and then we'll do one with the actual weld on. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, this is going to be a dry run with that weave that we just put in. So take your helmet off. It's okay. And you can see it now has a weave. What we're going to do after we weld this is we're going to show you how to change how far that's going back and forth. And also we're going to show you how to make it so they can go to one side more than the other. So if you were doing like a 2F and you wanted it to hold on the top for a longer period of time, we'll show you how to do that too. So we'll do 2 more programming functions, I guess. As soon as this gets done, we're going to burn it in though and see what it looks like. All right, we're going to make it hot. Better than I thought it was gonna. We're just gonna keep rolling here. We're gonna shoot down this. Pretty even leg size. So that looks like a pretty good weld actually. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep rolling here. We're gonna go right into how to make that even wider. How do you make the weave go wider? So we're gonna get the teach pennant propped up again so you can see that good, and we'll program that in. Here we are back to the teach pennant. What we're going to do now is go to data right here. It's actually already on the weave schedule, but if it wasn't on the weave schedule, so let's go right up here to type, and we're going to go to weld schedule. That's the first one. So that's the weld schedule. So we're on we're doing number 2 as our weld schedule, so it's 375 inches per minute. Wire feed, 3.0 for your voltage, and then 7 for how the travel speeds. Well, that 3.0 is in trim, of course, but if you want to get to the weave, which is what we're doing, we're going to go back to the type here, and we're going to scroll down to weave schedule. Hit enter, and there's your weave schedule. So what you got going on there, your frequency's in hertz, so it's 2 hertz. What we're going to change is right here. And you can see up here it says millimeters, and that is basically how far the weave is going. We're going to go ahead and double that up and go 4.0. Hit enter. You have to hit enter, else it won't record. And then we'll burn that same joint in, and then we'll put them side by side, and hopefully it'll be a little bit wider. That's how you change how far it's going. The hertz is when it's going like this. If you increase it, it'll go faster, or if you decrease it, it'll go slower. So that's what the hertz is. We're going to leave that the same though. So we'll go back here to just go back to edit. It goes back to your program. Make sure you're at line 1. We're going to take the step off, put the weld enable back on, and crank it up to 100% and burn this in now. We changed it from 2 millimeters to 4 millimeters. Let's get it rolling. This is going to be increase the width of the weave. I don't think we need to do a dry run on this, do we? Let's just weld it. Actually, let's do a dry run. Screw it. We'll do a dry run and then we'll weld it. Here we go. It's a little bit wider. You could always compare the two beads at the end anyways, but after this, what we're going to do is show you the dwells on the side. So you can take it to one side and hold it longer, and that'll complete what we're doing for today. This isn't going to end up too long. I might have to just leave this out and see what happens. We're just going to keep it running, and then we're ready to do a weld after this is done. Get out of that joint. I actually touched the plate there a little bit. So that's pretty wide, but let's see what happens. Let's put it in here. Get on. Here we go. Alright, let's see what we got here. Just a little bit wider than move in here. I'll take these and put them side by side here in a second, but pretty good looking weld. Yeah, let's just put them side by side and see if we can see a difference here. These are those two welds side by side. Actually, because we made it wider, it let the heat get in a little bit better. It made it a little bit flatter, not as convex. Hopefully you can see that it's a little bit wider. I can see it with my naked eye, but sometimes the camera does weird things to weld, so it's wider, trust me, if you can't see it. So what we'll do now is we'll show you how to program a dwell into it, two different dwells. What we're going to do now is make the weave go or hold longer on one side rather than the other. So again, we're going to go to data. I think we're still in the weave schedule, so we don't have to go to type. Let's change this back to 2.0. So now we're back to that smaller one there. What we're going to do now is over here you have right dwell in seconds, and then you have left dwell in seconds. Actually, let's go back to 4.0. Okay, then we'll go over here. Oops, you got to hit enter. Forget to hit enter, it won't record. We're going to take the right dwell and go to 0.25 seconds. Enter. So it's going to hold twice as long on the left side rather than the right. So we'll go back to our program here. Edit. We're at the top. We'll do a dry run and then a hot run, and then we'll be done. All right, let's do it. Here we go with the dry run. No sparks, so leave your hood off. See how it's holding more on that right? That's just going to put more weld metal over there. Hopefully we'll have a really uneven leg, so it'll be obvious. I guess I could have had it, hold a little bit longer, but important thing to remember is if you're doing adjustments on a robot like this, the only person that's going to know whether you need to do a longer hold or a weave is a welder. So you better have a welder programming this. Alright, we'll let it get out of the joint here and make it hot. go. All right, weld enable's on. Man, I was kind of hoping it would look shittier than that. Alright, let's move in. God, that one looks better than the other ones. Alright, we'll pull it out here, look at it straight on, all three of them. Wrap this up. Alright, I'm just going to go down the line here. There is a tiny little bit of undercut on the last one we did where we put in the dwell. So we'd have to do something different. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go right down these three. That one's good. This one's probably better. This is actually probably the best one because there's no undercut on it. I'll try and get in on the undercut if I can, but I don't know. It's very minimal. And this is the one with the dwell. I think the undercut was somewhere right in here. Oop. I don't know, it's really small, but it's there, trust me. I wouldn't lie. That's all I got for today. That concludes the robot weaving lesson. Hopefully that'll get you on your way to putting a weave into a fillet or a groove, I guess. So anyway, thanks for watching and subscribing to TV Weld. Until next time, we're out.